Hello and welcome to this edition of Sip and Talk with Vikram. In this edition, we bring to you new authors who have recently published their books and we'll get to know about the authors as well as their books. We have today with us Deepak Devraj from Kerala. Welcome, Deepak, to this show, Sip and Talk with Vikram.
Thank you, Vikram, for inviting me to your show. It's my pleasure.
Before we begin, audience, please subscribe to the red subscribe button below. Press the bell icon so that you can stay notified. And do like, share, and comment whatever is the key takeaway for you from this show with a hot cup of coffee.
Thank you, Vikram. Thanks a lot.
So, Deepak, you have just published a book which is called Unlimited Energy. Tell us something about yourself and this book. How did it come about?
I have totally 15 years of experience in the software industry, and presently I'm working with Wipro in Kochi. And I can say that around 20 years back, I had read my first book called Power of the Subconscious Mind by Dr. Joseph Murphy. So that was the first book that I read related to I started becoming more and more interested in these topics, and especially topics related to mind power, something about the human body or the inner self, or about God, about spirituality. These things really fascinated me, and I always try to learn more and more related to this. And then around 12 to 15 years back, I did my first two courses on yoga and pranayama, and I used to practice, on and off. The practice was not regular, but I used to do it. So everything started in the last 1 year, I can say. In the last 1 year, when the lockdown started, that is on March 2020. This was when the way we work changed, and we were asked to work from home. So then, when we were asked to work from home, the pattern of my work also changed. I became more organized in my day-to-day life. That is, I always made it a point that before I start my work, I do some amount of practice in yoga, pranayama, and meditation. And I used to practice at least 2 to 3 times in a day, and on an average I can say 2 times in a day. And even up till today, I can say I'm being following it regularly. So it's been past 1 year since I've been doing it. And apart from these three techniques, I also practice Reiki, law of attraction kind of things, and affirmation and visualization. And I also apply it in my life, and I've seen a lot of benefits in my personal well-being. And I've seen all these things improve my positivity. And also I have a feeling that I'm getting closer and closer to my inner self. Share it to the outside world, and the best way to share it to the outside world is to come up with a book, and that's about unlimited energy.
That's great, Deepak. You have brought about your learnings and personal experiences, and you have accumulated the problems faced by people, and you have brought about solutions. And that is what the purpose for a book is all about. And it's good that we have a book from you on this subject. So, in this book, Deepak, you have mentioned various kinds of techniques. Now, when we hear about those techniques, they seem difficult to follow and understand. So just throw a little bit of light on these techniques, that how approachable and how doable they are for people in general.
I feel all these techniques are very important for anyone for everyone to follow, actually. And I can say briefly about some of these techniques. Let's say, for example, yoga. Yoga actually, it is a very important technique which started off around 5,000 years back in India. It was compiled by sage Patanjali. And this Patanjali has classified it to 8 levels. Okay, 8 levels of yoga, in which you have yoga at the third level, then followed by pranayama at the fourth level, and then you have meditation at the seventh level. So yeah, there's a lot of benefits of yoga. I can give some of the benefits. Like one is, it improves the flexibility of the body, and apart from that, it improves the flexibility of the spine. I can tell you that spine is a very important part of a human body. At the scientific level, if you see, spine is the one which controls the brain to all the other parts of the body. But if you look at the spiritual level, also spine is a main component which connects all the energy centers of the body. That is all the energy chakras. We have 7 chakras in our body, so the spine plays a very important part over there. And also the nadis. There is something called nadis, which are the energy channels. It is said that there are 72,000 energy channels in our body, and the most important ones are the three ones, that is Ida, Pingala, and Sushumna. So spine plays a very important role over there also in making sure that all the energy channels are the energy flowing through the energy channels and the chakras are free and smooth. So that's about yoga. And coming to pranayama now, pranayama is another. It's something about breath work. Okay, you can say. And the benefits of pranayama is that it ensures that the energy flow through the energy channels is smooth. Okay, and as I already mentioned about the energy channels called nadis, so pranayama ensures the energy flow throughout the body is smooth, and it ensures that oxygen reaches to every cell of the body, and also it removes the extra toxins from the body. And there are a lot of other benefits also, and which I've mentioned in my book related to pranayama. And yeah, then comes meditation. Now we all have heard about meditation, like when we meditate, we focus on God, or we focus on a mantra, or we focus on a particular object, like say a shining star, I mean something like that, or a light or something. Or we can also focus on our breath. These are the different ways. Or also, apart from that, we also have guided meditation, which is very popular nowadays, and which is adopted by many life coaches. Now, if you and also we have heard about many people say complaining that they are not able to concentrate and meditate properly because there are a lot of thoughts coming to their minds. So the explanation to that is also clearly given in my book. So I have explained that it is always good to start with yoga, pranayama first, and also mindfulness. Just try these things first for the first 3 months, and then you would be ready. You will be better prepared to take up meditation. Okay, and once you start meditating, you will see a lot of benefits actually. It will improve your focus, your concentration, your clarity. It will improve your intuitive powers. It will improve your a lot of psychic abilities. And a lot of and also we are actually focusing the energy. I mean, we are receiving the energy from the universe actually through by doing meditation. It comes as the cosmic energy gets channelized through our body, through all our chakras, and then there are whole lot of benefits related to that. And okay, coming to the next technique, I have also mentioned about Reiki, which is an alternate energy healing technique, which is very popular nowadays because it works on the energy level. All of us are energy beings. Okay, whichever object you take in this world, they are all energy objects, because all of us finally we end up, I mean, if you look closely into human body, it is finally made up of atoms. And if you look at this atom, 99% of an atom is actually a blank space, which is actually the electrons. All of us are energy beings. Reiki works at the energy level. So how it works at the energy level is that we channelize the cosmic energy to our body, and then by using our palms, we direct the energy to a specific area of the body which needs treatment or which needs to be cured, and that is how we apply Reiki to those specific part and then cure ourselves. Similarly, we can also apply it to the 7 chakras of our body so that it remains in balance. The mind body balance is very important, and Reiki helps in that. Apart from that, there is a lot of other techniques also which I mentioned, like say law of attraction, affirmation, visualization. Then yeah, sound healing is there, and many more actually. And all these are very powerful indeed. And I hope everybody follows these techniques, because these are very useful for every individual.
So I would like to add here that in case of meditation, when you said that various thoughts are coming, so it is, meditation is actually not a state of thoughtlessness. It is about channelizing the mind. And that is how you train your mind to focus it into something, a particular point,
Yes.
or a particular thought, or a particular object.
Yes.
So good, you mentioned about that. Then also, Deepak, I have this question again coming in, the contradiction of various theories, these techniques. As you say, Reiki is something like you draw the energy from the universe and then you channelize it to someone.
Yes.
And on the other hand, there is a Kundalini awakening, which says
Yes.
that the energies forces are within and you
Okay.
awaken it and you raise it through your
Yes.
various stages of body. Now I
Yes.
see a contradiction here for which I would look forward to you for a clarification.
Okay. Yes. So actually, what Reiki does is that there is cosmic energy all around us. Okay. It is all around the universe. But the only problem is that we people, most of the people doesn't know how to channelize it to ourselves. So the best way to channelize is to our body is one way is through meditation. Even through pranayama, we can do that by taking the breath in the form of cosmic energy and channelizing it to specific areas or chakras of the body. That is also possible. Even through Reiki, it is possible. We channelize the external cosmic energy. This cosmic energy, it's like a blessing from God. So first, we need to just pray to God or do a small kind of meditation and ask God for that cosmic energy to us. And then once we get it, we channelize it to a specific area. Now, coming to so that is about cosmic energy. We use the cosmic energy to treat certain areas of our body, or yeah. So related to Kundalini energy, that is something that comes within actually. Kundalini awakening, it's not an it's an it takes a lot of years of practice actually. It's not an easy thing for a newcomer to do to achieve actually. It might take 10 years, it might take 15, 20 years also to reach to that level. Okay. And Kundalini awakening happens when all the chakras of our body are perfectly open, you can say, or it is completely what do you call unblocked, you can say, because all of us have chakras which are blocked in some form or the other, like that. So Kundalini awakening happens when all the chakras are open. Okay, and that's when the energy rises from bottom to top. Okay, so by doing these practices which I mentioned over here, yoga, pranayama, all these are very good techniques which can, if the person wants to pursue that Kundalini awakening, he can do it if he's very very serious on that. Okay, but for normal person, it is who doesn't want to achieve that Kundalini awakening. Still, these techniques are very powerful indeed to achieve great things in life. So
When you say that it takes many many years to practice certain techniques, now I feel sort of worried that whether I should venture into this. So I may look for a quicker solution, some low hanging fruit, some quicker rewards. So what do you suggest, which technique to begin from for your wellness?
like I can say, if you really want to go forward for this Kundalini awakening process, then as I mentioned, pranayama is a very good technique. Okay, so by using Kapalabhati is a one effective pranayama technique which helps in this process. Okay, which can improve your Kundalini awakening. That is a basic step actually, but apart from that, we also need to do meditation on a regular basis. Say maybe 1 hour a day, 1 to 2 hours a day. You can do it 2 times a day, like that. And also, if you apply Reiki also to energy channels, we make sure that the all the energy chakras are balanced. So these are some of the steps you can take to reach that. And I mentioned about 10 years, 15 years, but there are people who is so serious about this, so devoted in this. For such people, it can even happen within a lesser amount of time. So I just gave a rough figure. So like that. So don't. These powers are always available for us, and anybody can go for it.
Great. So it's totally proportional to the amount of dedication one has and
Yes.
the amount
Yes.
of effort one mentioned, power of the subconscious mind.
Yeah.
And you have also written about subconscious mind reprogramming,
Yes.
and you have talked about law of attraction as well.
Yes.
So uh, please throw some light on that.
Yeah. So this law of attraction is a very popular concept in the Western world. Okay. What it does is that there is nothing which the mind cannot achieve. Okay, if we set our mind in proper condition. That is, to achieve law of attraction, we make use of affirmation, visualization, journaling, all these techniques. So in law of attraction, what happens is that we need to visualize that. Suppose we have a particular goal or a desire, we need to visualize or we need to affirm to ourselves that we have already reached to that particular desired state. Like suppose I can give one example. Like my desire or my goal is to get a very good job in a very good company. Okay, so for that, I have to always affirm myself. I thank God or I thank the universe for giving me a wonderful job in so and so company. That is a kind of statement I need to affirm, and I need to even visualize such thing has already happened. That is, I have already got a job in that particular company, and I'm working in that company. I'm interacting with my colleagues. I'm attending meetings. So these are the things which we can visualize and affirm to ourselves. Okay, so this is the basic theory about law of attraction. But many people who doesn't know about law of attraction, what they do is that they say, I wish I get a good job, or I hope to get a very good job. So this hope and wish, it is actually something which is not a sure pattern. I mean, they say they're not sure whether they'll get it. And also sometimes they say, I may not get. They have the thought pattern that I may not get because the competition is very tough in the market. There's a lot of competition.
So
There's
that
a lot
becomes
of
a negative
skills.
information.
Yeah, that is how a lot of people doesn't for a lot of people say the law of attraction doesn't work for themselves. In my book, I have explained all the reasons why law of attraction won't work for you. So this is one these are one of the reasons. And also we must construct our affirmation in the present tense, and we must always use gratitude to our statements. We must show gratitude to God, to the universe, that we have already achieved it. We must have that sense that we have already achieved and we are in that state. So when we already achieved, if I already got that job in the dream company, so what will be my state? I will always be happy. My vibrations will be always high. So that is a state that we need to be in the present situation for that particular goal, to achieve that particular goal or the desire. The same example you can apply to each and everything in your life, like whether it is even inside your when you're working in a company. If you want to achieve success in your company, or you want to make sure that the project that you are working on gets successfully delivered, you can visualize your client or your manager appreciating you for having successfully completed that your tasks, your work, etc. For successfully delivering the project. So these things you can visualize consistently on a daily basis, and then it works for you. It will work for you after some days or some months time. Surely, if you apply all the techniques that I have mentioned in my book, all these things will surely work. So this is about that. And talking about subconscious mind reprogramming, subconscious mind is very powerful indeed. And most of us use our conscious mind only, in our day-to-day life, but we don't realize the power of a subconscious mind. Especially before we go to sleep, and when we just wake up immediately. These are the times when our mind is in a trance state. So during this time, it is always easier for us to affirm some positive statements to our mind, so that our thoughts, when we affirm positive thoughts to our mind, these positive thoughts get converted to our reality. Okay, so that is how subconscious mind helps us. Subconscious mind cannot distinguish between a true or a false thought. Okay, whatever the mind feeds to it, it takes it. So if I say to my mind, oh, this is very tough, I won't be able to achieve this, these are negative thoughts which goes, and the subconscious mind considers that as true. And later on, when I reach to that same situation, I find myself as not able to achieve that particular situation. So we must always affirm to ourselves. We must yeah, try to affirm ourselves that these things are very easy for me, because I know that I have the ability, I have the confidence, I have the ability, I have the skill set to achieve these things. So by doing these, by making sure that you follow these steps, surely you're going to achieve great things in life. That is what this book is about, and it's mentioned in it. Yeah.
Viewers, I hope you are enjoying this session with Deepak Devraj over Sip and Talk with Vikram. said, Deepak, this is much about your subconscious programming, and whatever thoughts you feed to it, the subconscious mind accepts that without judging or analyzing whether it is positive or negative. So it is the onus is on your conscious mind to feed the positivity to your subconscious mind. How
Yes.
is it different from self hypnosis?
Like, okay, self hypnosis is also another tool which is there in the market, and it's also another effective technique, uh, which is used to actually train our subconscious mind, or to add positive thoughts to our subconscious mind to achieve something. Now, what self hypnosis does is that we need to listen to a guided meditation, kind of meditation or a talk by the particular master, and the master slowly guides us into that trance state. The master tells us that we are entering now into a trance state, and our body will be wholly relaxed. Each part of our body will be wholly relaxed, and during that trance state, that is when the master gives us certain positive statements that when we hear those statements, we it will easily manifest into a reality. So that's what happens. When we are in the trance state, it is easier to manifest certain things to our life, and that is what, even in meditation, it happens. When we do meditate for say 10, 20, or 30 minutes, we slowly enter into that trance state, we focus more better, we concentrate more better. That is the state when you have to actually feed positive thoughts to your mind, and to achieve great things in life. So this is what hypnotic they follow actually, and that is also another effective technique, yeah, which is there.
Interesting. This is getting very interesting. Let me show your book cover to the audience. Here, this is Deepak's book, Unlimited Energy, and it's a brilliant, energetic looking cover. Congratulations, Deepak, for bringing this across. Interesting conversation with Deepak. Please stay tuned. I'm going to break a secret about him if Deepak gives me permission for that. So, Deepak, before I come up with your secret, I would like to ask you, there are so many tricks and techniques and so many books available regarding these techniques, and many practitioners and coaches are following them. How is your book different from those?
Yeah. So I have, in the last 1 year, I have the privilege of attending a lot of courses. And whenever I see a course related to these topics, I somehow get into that course and I try to learn more. And I would like to thank all my gurus and my life coaches, who have shared me a lot of wisdom and knowledge, and motivated me to reach to this state where I myself I'm able to publish a book on these subjects. So what I've observed in all these the courses and all the books of these life coaches is that you don't find a book where all these techniques are there in one single book or one single course, because when you do a course on yoga, you get yoga, pranayama, meditation. These are the it comes as a bundle, which is there. And if you want to do more on about nowadays life coaches, they focus on law of attraction. So law of attraction, then you have this subconscious mind reprogramming, these kind of things. And Reiki is another whole, it's a different topic. And there is something called sound healing, and there is a lot of other things like about the food patterns and all those things. So all these things I have clubbed together in a single book, and all the important things of each technique is mentioned in my book. Like for example, like say in yoga, the most important yogasana I would say is Surya Namaskar, which is very important. And if the person is not able to perform all the other yogasana, at least he must do Surya Namaskar on a daily basis, because it exercises the whole body. And if you look in pranayama, I have mentioned a lot of important ones like say Kapalabhati, Anulom Vilom, Sudarshan Kriya, and also about Simha Kriya. So all these are very, very, very powerful pranayama techniques which is mentioned. So all the important ones I have mentioned in my book, and meditation also I have given some examples related to that, visualization, affirmation. So I have covered a lot of things in my book, and I feel it will be very valuable to any person, whichever field that person is, whatever the background of that person is. These are very valuable techniques that need to be adopted in each and every person's life. That's what I believe.
Great. I'm thoroughly enjoying this conversation with Deepak over a hot cup of coffee, and I hope viewers understanding. So tell us whether this book is meant for experts or is it meant for beginners?
Everyone actually. If any kind of person can follow this, but if the person has some knowledge on say any one of these techniques, like say yoga or say pranayama or meditation or law of attraction, reiki, any one of these things, if they would have some idea about energy levels and all those things, the vibration levels, frequency level, they would have an idea about these things. So such kind of person would be easily be able to grasp the things mentioned in this book. But having said that, I have mentioned in simple English, and it's very easily understandable to any person. Okay, and I feel these techniques are very important, and it should be applied to everyone's life. The reason I'm saying that is because nowadays we have seen the education pattern. Education pattern is mainly focusing on subjects which are job oriented. Okay, so these are very good actually. It is good to learn the subjects that fetches us jobs in the market. And I always tell to my friends, we need to, I mean, you need to polish your skill set once in a while, because these things are important, and you need to be competitive in the market. So all these are very important. But at the same time, I would like to say that these life skills that I'm talking about, these holistic techniques, are also very important to a person's physical, mental, spiritual, and emotional well-being. So and it does wonders to your life, I can tell you that. And we can only experience these things in our life. If you consistently practice these techniques, surely you will achieve great things in life. There is no doubt about that. You will become more and more positive in life, and you'll always be vibrating in higher vibrations, higher vibrations of peace, happiness, love, and also gratitude. All these higher vibratory states are will be a part of your life, and you will always eliminate all the lower vibrations that held you back all these years. Like you can say all this fear, anxiety, worry, anger, and then guilt and shame. All these things will be slowly. It will go away from your life once you practice all these techniques that is mentioned in my book. Yeah.
So let me show Deepak where to find your book. It is becoming very intriguingly interesting. And here it is on Amazon. So whoever is getting interested in these topics that we have discussed, it is available right there on Amazon at a click of a button. So here it is now. Let me break a secret about Deepak. You know, however deep a person he's sounding through his conversation, in the bottom of his heart, he's got a player in him. And he used to travel long distances in a bus to go and play with his friends. Tell us something about that, Deepak.
Yes, actually, when I was, in my childhood days, I am really crazy about sports, especially games like football, cricket, volleyball, all these games. I'm very interested. I make it a point wherever I get a chance to play, I do it. If I don't get a chance to play near my house, I also make it a point to go far off places. That also travel in a bus, and many times I have done that also, and I've gone to my friend's place and used to enjoy a game of cricket, football, because it's so refreshing to the mind and the body. It was a means these things really was there as part of my life during that time. And also I was into athletics in my school days. I had won a lot of prizes at the school level.
Been reading a lot of books. So, Deepak, who are your favorite authors and what are your best books?
Okay, authors, I would like to say that my first book that I've read, The Power of Your Subconscious Mind by Joseph Murphy. So Joseph Murphy is one author which I like, and also Shiv Kera is another author whom I really adore because of his some of his motivational books. So I like reading motivational books, and that always keeps me motivated, and I get to learn new things always when I look through new books. Yeah, so these are my favorite authors.
Deepak, you are living in Kerala, which is God's own country. You
Yes.
know, it is as beautiful as a place can be. besides Kerala, which are your other favorite destinations?
If you ask outside India, I like places like Dubai and Singapore, because I have been to those places. I've been there many times. So these are the places I really like, because the life is very fast over there, and in all, the standard of living is very good over there. I didn't get a chance to go into Europe or US till now, so I can't comment on those. Then yeah, so yeah. Apart from that, like within India, if you say, of course, Kerala is a very beautiful state, which is rich in natural resources and a lot of greenery, and it is always close to my heart. And also, I like to visit Bangalore. That is also a happening place. The standard of living is good over there, and yeah. So these are the places which I like.
So here we are enjoying a candid conversation with Deepak Devraj. So Deepak, just tell our viewers in your own way why they should be going for your book. What can they find in it? Why they should grab it right away?
Yes, as I explained, all the techniques that a person needs to become successful in life, and also to become healthy in life, to become happy in life, to be abundant, to be prosperous in life. All these techniques are there. All the major techniques are there in my book, and it is explained in a very simple manner. I have also given reasons as to why, as to how you need to do certain things in the right way, like say affirmation. When it comes to affirmations or visualization, how do we need to do it so that you would achieve the things that you desire in the very easily, and also certain things that you should not do, that will go against your the manifesting of your desire, etc. So I have explained all these things in a simple manner. So I feel, since all these techniques are there in a.
So viewers, you heard it straight from the author why this book is important for you and why you should go for it. Keep Stay tuned with us, keep watching our shows. We come up with exclusive authors with their exclusive books, and subscribe to the red button below. Press the bell icon to stay notified. Do share, do like, and do comment in the box below. Thank you very much, Deepak, for joining us on this show and giving insights about your book and your understanding. We hope to see many more books from you, many more meaningful and guiding books from you. Thank you very much again. Namaste.
Thanks a lot, Vikram. I really liked to be a part of your show, and thanks a lot. Yeah.